So it is lovely to see you. It is very, very nice to see you. Welcome to Cardiff. Happy Chinese New Year.
Thank you very much.
Have you got many celebrations planned?
Yeah, we did,
Good.
Back home. Yeah, thank you.
Plenty to celebrate. Lovely to see you here in Cardiff. What I'd be interested to hear from you, first of all, Tan Sri Vincent, is what Cardiff City means to you. Your association with the club has been going for a number of years now. What does Cardiff City mean to you? And is there anything that's sort of about the club over your time with them that surprised you or that you've learned about the club?
Well, I got involved in 2009. So that's how many years? That's 7 years. And it's been, I would say it's a roller coaster ride. A lot of water under the bridge. There were good times, also plenty of bad times. And I would say that since I got into it, I just felt responsible to continue and try to make this work. It's been difficult, as you all can see. You know, I read recently, the Bolton owner, after putting in 180 million, throw in the towel. I think we are almost there, Ken. 180 million or 170 million. It's a lot of money. Of course, I must admit, we make mistakes. People that I rely on make bad mistakes. And I felt some of them had cheated us. But I was too trusting. And but one thing, what is good is now things are in a much better shape. As we learn the business, so to speak. I've been very fortunate to have Ken. Ken and Mehmet did a great job. Of course, I'm involved, very involved. We speak on the phone very often, almost daily, with Ken, Mehmet, and sometimes with Russell. So in the sense, I'm involved in, although I have not been coming because I've been busy, you know, time is constrained. Time is the main constraint. But even though I'm not here, my heart, my spirit is with the team. I watch the game all the time. If it's 3 p.m. here, back home it's 11 p.m. at night. So it ends at about 1 a.m. After that, we have some calls, talk a bit. So I don't go to bed on the Saturday match until 2 a.m. at least. And if it's Tuesday, 7:45, guess what? It's 3:45 a.m. So I have to try to go and sleep early, sleep at 11, sleep for a few hours, and then put the alarm clock and get up and get ready to watch the game. So I watch every game. So this shows my heart, my spirit is with the team and with the club.
It also shows you've got amazing stamina.
I am, yeah, I am. I think I'm older than a lot of people here. I'm 64 years old this year. And yeah, I think I have a lot of stamina. I keep myself fit. I exercise. I swim a lot. I go to the gym. Well, the gym is in the house.
Nice. I'd be interested, you were saying about the situation with Bolton, about investing the money and then throwing in the towel. And I know that there, as you do know, that there are so many passionate supporters of this club who do worry about their long-term future, the long-term future of the club. What sort of reassurances can you give them?
I think over the last 2 years, I've converted some loans to equity. And then we have forgiven, we have wrote off some of my debts, what, 13 million? I think officially the club now owes me about 107 million. And what I've decided that this year's account, I'm going to write off, I'm going to convert 60 million pound into shares, into equity. So that will leave about 47 million debts. And that 47 million, we need it for continuous write-off to meet the FFP rules. So I'm converting 60 million to show my what, and that is because we have resolved a long outstanding creditors, creditor who took us to court, who said nasty thing about us, but whom I say is the luckiest man in the football world that Vincent Tan came to Cardiff. He's so lucky. Frankly, I don't think he deserves it. But never mind, I don't even mention his name. I don't even want to mention his name. It'll spoil my day if you mention his name.
You must have felt, though, with that at times a little bit like Dostoevsky and trying to rewrite War and Peace. Is that the way it felt?
We always try to be responsible with whatever businesses we get involved in. You know, we try to do a good job, be responsible. And if we want to leave, we want to try to leave it in good state, which I find is really, truly challenging. But I still believe that our team is doing well. Given the situation that we are in, Russell's slate has turned out to be excellent. If I listen to all the pundits in Wales, all the so-called expert, I say expert in inverted commas, that, you know, Russell is terrible and this and that. They forgot that he came in at a time when I told him, not only you have to do well, we have to clean up this place. We have too many players brought in by previous manager, paying too big salaries, huge salaries that don't do well. Many overpaid players. We brought in players, we pay too much for them, their salary is too much, and they don't do well. So Russell, we have to work with Russell. Ken, Russell, myself, Mehmet also involved sometimes to try to clean up this. So Russell has a tough job doing it, and I think he's done well. But most important thing, the leadership of Ken and Mehmet, and then of course with my, very often hard decision they call me to have to, that I'll go along with their plan. And sometimes I go along, sometimes I make some changes. But generally, I think we have done well with the team. And then, for example, we have these FFP rules, we were embargoed. Now, I tell you, that came as a surprise even to me. But then, knowing how the rules are, when you go up to Premier League, you have so much expenses. When you come down, most of those expenses still stay. You may get a little bit of reduction in salaries to some, but the expenses still stay, and the expenses is huge. So you will get this problem, FFP. I think Fulham got it. Quite a few clubs got embargoed. So we were disappointed that we were embargoed. So we couldn't do a lot of things. But I think we were quite creative, and we were lucky. We managed to bring in 3 good players. We brought in Lawrence. I think he's great. I think he will do well. He'll score many goals for us, I believe. We brought in Imos. We brought in Zoho. And we did it in, I think, very good good value to the club. And then when we were offered $3.5 million for Joe Mason, of course there are people who are disappointed that we have to sell Joe Mason. But at the same time, we let Kevin Jones go because we were paying $35,000 a week. It's a lot of money. And the goal scored is good, but could be better. And so we think we did good business in the January transfer, even though we were embargoed. And I think the team is in good shape, is now stable. I think everybody is a stable team, is united, and they all have one goal. I just came from the training center. First time I watched them, I must admit, first time I watched the team train, and then after that I have a chat with them. Wow. I sort of have a pep talk with them, and I give them my views and what I would like them to achieve. I think we are in good state. I believe that we can still make the playoff. And I told them, we can make the playoff. But you guys got to score goals. You can be running around passing balls, but nobody make goal attempts. Make a lot of goal attempts. So I said the law of average. You make 30 goal attempts, you can score 3 goals. You make 40, maybe you score 4 goals. You're lucky, maybe you score more. So I hope they do it, and hopefully, with luck and with blessings, maybe we will make it to the playoff, and we make it to the playoff. With luck and blessings again, maybe we will get into the Premier League.
Hear, hear, we like the sound of that. I'd be interested to know what ultimately your ambition is for the club. Is the Premier League again seen as the promised land, or as you, as a very successful businessman, is your ultimate ambition to see this club running at a profit? What's the priority for you?
I think, of course, we all want to. We have this season stabilize and run it. It is, I think, this season and even this season and part of last season was the most business-like. We tried to contain all this huge overhead that we have. We let a lot of negotiators, a lot of players. You know, we have, I think when Russell came, we'll have like, what, 50 players? We have 50 players. You know, the 2 previous managers brought in so many people. And everyone they say they bring in, pay them big salary and call them a project. Maybe my English is so bad, I don't know what is a project. But I think my English is okay. They pay big salary and say it's a project. And worse, we bought the players for £10 million from this European country called Denmark, Copenhagen. Yeah. £10 million. This guy hasn't even started have not played 90 minutes. He played him 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And then when questioned, he said it's a project. 10 million of my money went to a project. They never even scored 1 goal for us. You know how much he was paid salary? 45,000 a week.
Wow. How do you feel about the Cardiff fans?
Sometimes I don't understand them. Now that they know, tell me, 10 million, 45,000, don't score you 1 goal? You love the manager? But never mind, I'm a patient man. I am not upset with the fans. Fans are like me, we all get conned, right?
How patient do you feel you have to be with Cardiff City?
That's a tough question.
But I know you're more than capable of answering it.
I think we have a good chance to get into the Premier League. Frankly, we need to get into the Premier League. I think all championship clubs want to get into the Premier League. If not, everyone suffer huge losses. I think the Football League and personally, this is my personal opinion, I think they need to give more help to the championship club and even to League 1 and League 2 so that it can be more sustainable. Frankly, most of the championship club, if not for owners that are willing to believe in it and keep putting in money, more and more money, a lot of them are in trouble, will be in trouble. There's so little revenue, there's so much expenses, so much competition for good players, big salary, and everyone to sell their players a huge, huge sum of money. You know, I happen to invest also in MLS, Major League Soccer in US, invested in this Los Angeles Football Club. I think the American system is more sustainable for their clubs. The clubs has value is, the value goes up every year because most important thing, they have no relegation. If you are in the league, you're forever in the league. Whereas the European in the UK system, you get promoted, it's like from hell, you are sent to heaven when you get promoted to the Premier League. But when you get relegated, it's like from heaven, they send you down to hell. And after that, they embargo you some more.
Do you have any? Yeah, I think that's a sore point, isn't it?
But
it's a sore point.
It's fact.
Yeah.
It's a fact of the what. So frankly, I think the Football League should look how to help the lower club so that I think it's more sustainable. And if not, ticket prices will have to keep going up. And you look at when ticket prices go up, what happened to fans, you know, like what happened recently to Liverpool. Fans walk out. It's a tough proposition owning a football club in UK and Europe. But let me say that it is not entirely impossible. Of course, we have a bad start. I must admit, I made many mistakes. I got conned, I got cheated. I agree with what was recommended, and it was all bad recommendation. But after what we have gone through in the last two seasons, last season and this season, you know, we have cleaned up. We think we understand how to run the club much better, do better business, don't get cheated. And so I think it is sustainable if you got to know the business and got to be very careful with dealing with football agents and with certain managers, you know. But when you do that well, I think it is still all right. You can own football club, and I also and I still believe you can still make money if you don't make mistakes like what we have done. We have gone through. You can still do well. Like for example, the owner of Watford owns many clubs, 4 or 5 clubs. He's doing very well. He knows the business. So we have, in a way, learned a lot of that in the last 2 years. The first 4 years was terrible, was horrendous. We make a lot of mistakes. From one bad manager, we get another bad manager who didn't perform, and who brought in a lot of players that can't perform.
Do you believe that you're a wiser man out of this experience?
Yes, I think wiser and more experienced in the business, and I think we make much better decision. As you can see in the January transfer we did, you know. But I think we'll do much better. I believe we'll do much better with the people that we have. For example, if Kevin has not gone, we won't know that Pilkington is actually can be a very good striker. So if he's been given a chance, he proved the winger can be a very good striker, and he's now playing the forward. So like for example, I always say people must be given a chance. Everybody condemned when I brought Russell Slade in. So, oh, he's from the lower league. What does he know? If everybody say that, none of us will get a chance in our life. None of us are going to get a chance in our life. If everything we must, you know, nobody will give us a chance. So I gave Russell Slade a chance based on the recommendation that he's an honest man. After what I've gone through, I was looking for honesty, looking for honest, trustworthy manager. So that was the biggest plus he has, and I said that's good enough. He's honest, we can work with him. So I took Russell Slade in. I think he's done very well. We are number 9 in the league. We didn't spend big bucks. This season, we didn't spend money. Zoho all on loan. And then we sold 3.5 million. So we did good business. And I'm convinced that with this current group, we can get promoted. But I must say, God willing, with God's blessing, we have a good chance to get promoted without having to spend. You know, when Cardiff got promoted, hello guys, I put 20 million in to buy players for that great manager. 20 million he spent. So I tell anyone, I say, hey, look, you want to buy a championship club, buy it, put 20 million, you'll get promoted. They say, oh, is it so simple? I think so. You spend 20 million. Look at what Middlesbrough did. They paid 9.5 million for Jordan Rhodes. Jordan Rhodes is a very consistent striker, but it costs 9.5 million. He's even cheaper than Cornelius. Cheaper than Cornelius. I'm sure he doesn't get 45,000.
I'm guessing that Andreas is not top of your Christmas card list at this particular point.
No, but these are facts.
Yeah.
The fans here know. They don't like me, but they like the previous manager. I cannot understand the logic. But I suppose football fans sometimes more emotional than logical.
Yeah, I think that's probably a fair point. Let's open things up to the floor if you're happy to. Ladies and gentlemen, would anybody like to ask a question? Gentleman down here, I think Richard's got the microphone. Just if I can ask you to tell us your name and who you're from, sir, please, that would be lovely. Thank you.
Vincent, Keith Morgan from the Supporters Trust. First of all, I'd like to say I think every fan will be delighted to hear your announcement today of £60 million conversion of debt into equity, which will significantly improve the balance sheet. And I think if I heard correctly, you're also saying the balance of 47 million is set aside for possible debt write-offs in the future, which is going to improve the profit and loss account and help with financial fair play. Or is it, I'm not saying it is committed to doing it, Ken, don't panic. I'm just saying it is available.
Clarify the numbers.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify the numbers. This morning, Sri Vincent has graciously agreed to convert 60 million of his debt to equity for this season, and a further 8 million for financial fair play. So in total for this season is 68 million. And this season, 2 months ago, he has also graciously written off 10 million of his debt on top of it.
Write off.
That's a write-off.
And all the debts are interest-free.
And
you know, I tell you what, it's interest-free because it's only logical. After this conversion, you know how many percent I own of this club? 97.5, I think.
97.
So
when Michael sells you his shares, then it'll be 99%.
no, I'm not buying anybody's shares. Anybody. They can keep it forever.
Just for information, the audited accounts for
Why
last
should I buy
season,
his shares?
the audited account which for last season is going to be filed in the company's house next week on Monday. So I think you all will be able to get it by Friday. That account shows that Sri Vincent has written off 13 million and did a further 3 million of debt equity for last season. So that's the figures.
The follow-up question which I had, as I say, I think everyone should be extremely grateful and very relieved, because it has been a concern, the level of debt that the club is carrying, is I know from conversations with Ken and Mehmet the amount of work which has gone on in the background to reduce costs, to make the club more sustainable. I think a lot of people believe that one of the things which will improve that financial stability is somehow re-attracting and re-engaging with the literally thousands of fans who no longer support the club, who have walked away from the club. And I'd be interested to hear your views on what your instructions to the board are and have been to try and get back in contact with those fans and to try and persuade them to re-engage with Cardiff City.
I think the fans don't support because they think we're not doing well, not playing attractive football. Everything they want is given to them. Let me go back to a little bit of history. When I came, I put in money. I said, I'll put in 20 million more money to take the club up. But I say, can I change the color to red? You know what? Supporter trust, everybody agrees. Everybody agrees. Maybe some don't agree, but finally they all agreed. So management tell me, Alan Whiteley and all the Chan Tiangi and all say, oh, so they agree, you can change the rate as long as you put in money. If they say no, then you know what? I could walk away. Then I'll lose about 6 million, you know, which is what I put in. I don't have to put in more. They say no, I'll walk away. So they say yes, and I put in more money. And then when we won, got promoted to the Premier League, nobody talk about red is lousy. Red is great. So what? Finally, I say, okay, we'll change that back to blue. So back to blue, and they are not happy. So what the heck will make them happy? Tell me what the heck will make them happy. They're not happy with Russell Slade. Hey, we're number 9 in the league. It's not too bad, right? QPR is even lower. They have even got a bigger salary than us. But of course, they have moved a lot of people out. So what is wrong with Russell Slade? They're not happy with Russell Slade. They're not happy with the style of football. Maybe some of them should come and play. They can play better football. So what I'm saying is, I don't understand what they're unhappy about. We do almost everything that they ask. You want blue, you get back blue. So next thing anyway, I told Ken and Mehmet, see whether we can reduce and the season ticket price and what, we'll try to do something. But you know what? As a owner from a foreign country, I think fans should be more reasonable, more supportive. Everything you do, everything is wrong. And then, of course, there are pundits who write every day, write about everything is wrong. You do good things also, it's no good. So I tell you what, if we keep listening to all these people, if I let these people affect me, I may even throw in the towel. You know what? Every month this club needs more money. Every month you need money. If not, you'll get into trouble. So think about it. Be reasonable. In life it's about being reasonable, Then we all can coexist and do well together. We want mutual success. The club is successful, everybody is successful, everybody is happy. Everybody wants us to go to the Premier League. Does this fan think we don't want to go to the Premier League? Do they think we do stupid things because we don't want to go to the Premier League? Do you think Russell doesn't want to go to the Premier League? Do you think all our players don't want to go to the Premier League? My message to the fans is, be reasonable, be supportive. Your club is lucky, to have an idiot who come from far away, put in so much money. Your club is damn lucky. So be reasonable, be thankful. Every day I tell you, I'm a Buddhist. Every day I pray. We all pray. And every day I thank God, thank Lord Buddha and thank God Almighty for all the blessings. Be thankful that, we are blessed with the current situation. We put in money. We put 12 million to put more seats. If you don't have that seats, can you imagine Wales playing World Cup game here? Where are they going to sit? I put in 5,000 more seats. Spend 12 million. Does anybody say anything nice? Some of you will remember when we got promoted to the Premier League, I donate 1 million to charities in Wales. I understand nobody in the Premier League got promoted and gave money to charity. I gave 1 million. Or the club gave 1 million. 1 million is my money anyway. So just tell your friends or fans, ask them to be reasonable. Be reasonable so that the club can thrive, and then be supportive so that everybody is encouraged, motivated. We need to encourage Russell instead of every day whacking him in the media, So they think they can do a better job. How great you are. There are a lot of great managers down there. Fulham is a great club. Where are they? Russell does better than Fulham. QPR also has got a great manager. So give credit where credit is due. Be reasonable. You guys are from the trust. Tell your members to be reasonable. Are we asking too much to ask them to be reasonable? Haven't the management, the players, the manager, the owners do enough? Just think. I'm sure they're all clever people. They got a good brain. Go and think. Are we asking too much? Am I asking too much to ask them to be reasonable? Tell me. Tell me, is it being unreasonable? Too much to ask them to be reasonable?
It's a message I'm sure we'll very definitely get back. A gentleman just here, and then we've got a gentleman in the front here. If I can ask you to tell us who you are.
My name's Ashley Gover. I'm a local politician in Cardiff, so I share your pain when everyone tells you that you're always wrong. But I am, for one, delighted that you are here. But I notice you have a number of clubs around the world, and when you seem to go to those clubs, not just the actual club, but the city or the location, you are greeted and you're welcomed to that city. And I'm just personally interested in how you feel about Cardiff as a general city outside of the club. Have you been around Cardiff much? How do you find the city? Do you like it?
Yeah, I've been around when early days I came a lot. I've been around. Yeah, I like Cardiff. Nice city. People are friendly. People are nice. But I think if you own a football club, every city is nice. I go to KVK Kortrijk. People are very nice. The first visit I went, and I only watched one match there. Everybody is very nice. Everybody wants to take photo with you. Everybody is so welcoming. I went to Sarajevo, but last year we were the champion. You should see the celebration. It was incredible. Because I missed the celebration here when we were in the Premier League. I couldn't come when the bus was going around the city. I didn't come for that. I was in Malaysia. I was in Sarajevo last year. We won the champion. We were the champion there. Oh, it was fantastic. The reception and everybody. And everybody is very nice and friendly. So I think generally everybody is nice and friendly.
I'm glad. Ringing endorsement for Cardiff. That's nice to hear.
No, it is, yeah.
Gentlemen, just down at the front here, Richard, if you wouldn't mind bringing the microphone. Thank you very much. If you could tell us who you are, sir, please.
David Stacey, Templar Holdings. Vincent, I think most of the people in this room would probably say that they've learned a lot more about you, Ken, and what your views are today. I think it's all about communication, and this is not a criticism, this is a feedback. I think the ordinary fans, leave aside the vociferous few, would welcome that if perhaps in the programme or somewhere else, there was a statement from you explaining your philosophy about the club and your philosophy, what you put forward today. I think a lot of the anguish of the ordinary fans is they don't understand. And if they understood, I think there would be a different mindset from the great majority of fans. And I would just urge you to try and find some way. I think you've done fantastically to come and meet us today, but there's another 10, 12,000 people out there. We all can't go and tell individuals, but if somebody could put together from you a statement of fact that goes in the programme, or it's a letter or whatever, to the fans so they understood where you're coming from, what you've done today, what you're going to do, and what your 3-year long-term plan of where we're going, I think you would get a tide of appreciation.
Yeah, I agree with that. In the program for the next home game, Sri Vincent has agreed to have a statement there as well. And also we will be distributing today's broadcast to the relevant medias. Yeah, so we are doing that, and we are taking steps today to do that.
Yeah, I think you make a good point. Perhaps it is our mistakes. We did not communicate as well. Sometimes we are so overwhelmed with so many things that's happening that sometimes we don't spend enough time to communicate this. But we are doing things, and sometimes things cannot be done. You know, like for example, everybody talk about conversion. That they don't understand that we have problems. We have former so-called debtors suing us. I say that, you know, I don't want to mention his name, the luckiest man in the world. Because Vincent Tan came, you know. I was too nice, too generous, and I don't feel good at all. Okay, I don't want to mention his name at all. From now to forever, I don't want to mention his name. So I just want to let you know that we have so many problems to deal with. And I'm that kind of person. I could have walked away after 50 million. It's okay, 50 million, I walk away and say goodbye, you know. But I just feel sense of responsibility, you know. And also I want to carry my country's name well. I want Malaysia to be said, this guy from Malaysia, a good country, Malaysia, you know, came and did a good job. You know, I don't want to rubbish my country's name and just come bankrupt it and walk away and say, hey, look, enough, I'm not putting any more money. So we'll try, and if, you know, there'll be a day when I will leave, and I hope and pray that I will leave it in good hand. I want you to know that. I hope and I pray that I will leave Cardiff City when I go in good hand. You know, God forbid if I get hit by a bus, touch should know. If I get hit by a bus, I tell you what, my family will be happy not to put any more money. Every day they tell me, "Oh, Dad, what an idiot, what you have done."
Can I suggest that you avoid buses from now on?
So, and I'm not kidding. They say it in jest, but they meant it from their heart.
Don't walk anywhere then.
No, no.
What?
Don't walk anywhere to see a bus.
We don't want you going anywhere near buses, okay? That is everybody just a cordon around him.
No.
He says.
No, I have to some people a dangerous hobby. I go scuba diving. I dive 100 feet. To some people, that is very dangerous.
But hopefully no buses down there.
So I think you are right. I think we should communicate more. But you guys also please go and tell the fans, whoever you can by word of mouth, ask them to be reasonable. And ask some of these so-called clever pundit, brilliant, they know better than all of us. Ask them to write something more positive. Not every day slam Russell. You know, what you expect him what? Win all the matches? What do you expect? You think he likes to? You think Russell enjoys to have 2 goals up, 2 goals ahead, and then after that 2 goals down and draw, or even worse, lose? You think he loves it? Please be reasonable. Don't always keep hammering the man. He's a good man. He's good because he's honest, he's trustworthy. He doesn't cheat us even 1 penny. Others, I don't want to talk about it.
No, it's going to give you an ulcer to have to think about that.
So what I'm asking the fans, no need. Hey, if you don't say anything nice about me, you think, well, I care? I don't care. You know? But hey, be fair to the manager. He's doing a good job. You know? He didn't come from a great club. Well, he's not Tony Pulis. You know? Maybe, I don't think Tony Pulis wants, maybe he wants to come here, maybe he doesn't want to come here, but we didn't take Tony Pulis. We thought he would cost us a lot. He's not what? He's not some big brand name, manager. You get brand name manager, also get sacked anyway. Jose Mourinho also lose his job. Some other famous one also going to lose their job. But I gave him a chance. Just remember what I say, all of us in our life, someone needs to give us a chance. I got a lot of chance from many people. I come from a poor family. I couldn't even afford to go and study A levels. My father said, "You want to study, you can go, but it's tough on us." I said, "Hey, Dad, don't worry. I'm not studying, I'm going to work." And I went out and I made it. I work hard, I'm committed, I'm focused. I use my common sense, I say the biggest asset I told the players is common sense, You don't need a great brain, You have a great brain, you'll be lecturing. So I said, give Russell Slade a chance. Even till today, they're still hammering him. Come on, be reasonable. And I didn't pay him. Other managers, I paid 5-6 times more than Russell. I tell you frankly. Oh no, let me see, 7-8 times more than Russell. 7-8 times. Do they do 7-8 times better? They do much, much worse. They lose me tons of money. Man is great. And don't speculate whether, we have a contract or not. We have mutual understanding. When we trust the guy, he trusts us. What's the big deal about a contract? We do business on handshake. And that's why I came here and did handshake, and I really got hammered properly. So, our relationship with Russell, we can do it with him, a handshake. So don't worry about whether we're going to renew, whether he's going to what. We'll do what is good for the club. We'll do what is good for all of us.
Well, I think that is the mutual aim, so that's good to hear, Tan Sri.